Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 8 of my 1.5 versus 6 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against a team of 6 Emperor AI, although I do have an AI teammate on Lord difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Goblin Rogue, Gnulsa Nightstar. In our last episode, we continued bringing in a number of additional vassal cities. I believe we brought a few in underground, if I remember correctly. We've really expanded our influence underground, at least sort of on the, eastern portion of the map. As you can see here, we've got, let's just zoom out for a second. You can see that we've got a ton of vassals. Some of these are dwellings, some of these are just regular cities, but we've got a pretty good selection actually underground. So we're making progress in that respect. And above ground, we did some additional work with Gnulsa and with our heroes as well. So we continued with Beneaths. We actually got a really nice quest reward here, if I remember correctly, from this Naga dwelling, and we brought them into our empire as a vassal, and we gained a nice unit out of the deal here. You can see a Naga Slither. So lots of things happened in the last episode, and we're going to try and keep the momentum rolling. As again, we want to start really trying to start working on kind of powering up, getting some additional stronger units if we can. But before I dive into the episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those set of comments is from Albtrom. Albtrom pointed out, and this was in reference to the previous episode where I acquired a flying mount. And I believe I gave the flying mount here to Gnulsa. But Albtrom pointed out that these flying mounts are most beneficial on heroes that do not have an inherent flying ability of some kind. So just as an example, if we pan over to our sorcerer hero. So we have Beneath's Trollskin here. Beneath's, as a sorcerer, will eventually get access upon level up to floating, and will eventually then have her movement as floating. Meaning that if I were to then give her a stack of units that are flying or floating units like this Eagle Rider, or say, and this is kind of my plan eventually, my Shadow Stalkers that I'm eventually able to produce, which I believe are floating, then I'll have sort of a Doom stack that can maneuver around the water and land, and it doesn't really matter. They're going to be highly mobile. So what Albtrom is suggesting is just to prioritize giving flying mounts to heroes that don't get any kind of innate flying ability. And I think that's really, really good advice. So in this case, again, it wouldn't make sense to necessarily give the flying mount to Beneaths. Although I suppose in the interim it might be okay. But Beneaths will get access to floating, so it's kind of redundant. Albtrom also pointed out that I should probably consider fighting some of the stacks that I'm kind of have access to here. So for example, fighting these animals with Gnulsa here would probably be a good idea, and I totally agree with Albtrom, and that's because I can use Gnulsa to try to charm some of these animals. So we have Charm here, and of course some of our units are going to make Charm a little bit easier to accomplish because we've got the Dread Monkey who can throw Filth to decrease resistance, along with the Goblin Blight Doctor who can inflict weakening, and of course that's going to improve my odds. So what I'd like to do is try to get either a Dread Spider Baby or a Hunter Spider Baby, because either of these can eventually evolve into a tier 3 unit that's quite powerful. So I'm going to see if I can do that. And what Albtrom pointed out is that I'm now so overwhelmingly good here, I'm pure good by quite a bit, that I have a bit of wiggle room when it comes to if I attack one of these stacks here and they end up saying, oh, we want to run away, and I have that option to either let them run for some good points or fight them for evil points. I can afford to get some evil points because I have such a surplus of good points. And I totally agree with Albtrom, and I'm actually glad he pointed that out, because it's a good reminder that I don't necessarily have to do the good thing every single time because I've got such an abundance of good points. And then just one final comment here from Albtrom, and this is kind of a follow-up to a comment on a previous episode, which I had mentioned, I think maybe in the last episode, if I'm not mistaken. I had originally had this jewel item that I had sent over to one of my other heroes, and I believe I sent it to Beneaths. Yeah, here it is. So it's this lizard reptilian skull trophy. So I had equipped this originally to, I think, Gnulsa. And what Albtrom pointed out is that in addition to what's listed here, there's also, so you can see that Lizardmen bond. All Lizardmen units receive additional 5+ health and 150 morale when they are together in the same stack. This effect is also applied separately between heroes and leaders. So when I equip this to my leader, to Gnulsa, my leader, she actually gained 5 additional health. And so the reason Albtrom suggested setting this to Beniefs is because Beniefs has regrowth inherently. And so having additional health with Beniefs is great because she's already really tanky and able to regenerate health. So having additional hit points is really strong for her. So I appreciate the explanation there from Albtrom. I had actually sort of missed that. So we have a comment here from Insert Username. Insert pointed out that in that last episode, I kind of exploited my AI teammate a little bit. I almost said opponent, but my AI teammate. And let's just pan over to her. So I did some trading through the diplomacy menu, and I traded for one of her items. So her heroes have some items. I traded some mana for it, and Insert basically pointed out that I kind of got a really good deal. I sort of ripped her off. But hey, she was willing to make the trade, so I'm going to take advantage of it. And I believe, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Arch Redbeard who had suggested trading with Larissa in the last episode. So I took advantage of that in the previous episode, as I mentioned. And Insert's just pointing out that I got a really good deal. So as always, thank you to everybody who left comments. They're extremely appreciated. And let's jump into this episode. There's a lot I want to try to accomplish here. And we're kind of right at the end of our previous turn. So I think we're just going to flip it over here and let the turn roll over. So while the turn is flipping over, let's think a little bit about kind of how we want to proceed. Oh, and there we go. We had done another trade here with Larissa. We'll have to see what that was. I think it was for another item, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been for a shield, I think. But we'll double check what that was about when it's our turn. But in terms of what to do with Gnulsa here, we have to kind of think, do we want to maybe head across to this other landmass, or do we want to kind of keep putzing around down here? I'm not exactly sure. My instinct is to probably head to this other landmass, and we've got this warg who we're gonna go park over here, I believe, just to I think we're gonna send him right here, and then the warg can go and explore prior to having to commit Gnulsa to doing that. And that will at least give us an idea of what's over here, because, again, it would be good to know what we're getting into before we kind of commit to it. As, you know, embarking and then disembarking, you know, it's a bit of a commitment. So we want to see if we can kind of figure out where we're going and what we're doing first before we, you know, commit fully to the action. We also managed to recruit a human martyr, or I guess mind control, a human martyr. So there's another little irregular unit we can try to benefit from. We could use him as a scout if we really wanted, or we could try to kind of start building maybe a second stack. Again, I'm probably going to do that as I start trying to charm additional units. So in this stack currently, we'd probably take the Dread Monkey and move him out, or either that or maybe the Apprentice. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll have to kind of see. And then, oh, and we did some work in the Shadow Realm as well. So if we jump back, we have this little guy who I'm really hoping doesn't come under attack from the roaming units that were spawned here. I'm not hopeful. I probably shouldn't have sent the Brew Brother in the way I did. Oh, yeah, just as I suspected. Yeah, there it is. And I don't think there's going to be really any way for us to save him because we have phase working against us along with ranged attacks. Ugh, that pains me. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, there it is. Dang it. Well, that was a waste. But, you know, again, you really can't mess around with these spawning structures. Oh, and here we are. So our Grimbeak Crows are under attack, too. I would really like for them to not die, but the problem is we have ranged attacks that are going to be used against us here. And I truthfully don't think we can avoid them, even with the extreme mobility of the crows. So yeah, we're going to have to just let the crow die. The reason I didn't want to lose the crow is because we could grab the gold there, but yeah. Not a good turn for my lone units. All right, let's check out the proposal. Show the proposal. So here we go, another good deal. In this case, we're actually getting an epic shield item for just 150 mana. So we're really kind of ripping Larissa off. But as I believe, again, it was Arch Redbeard who pointed this out, the items are better served in my custody because when I equip them to my heroes, I'm, you know, hopefully going to be making better decisions than the AI typically does with their heroes. So, again, probably better served for me. Now, we'll have to figure out where that shield's going. Okay, it's going to arrive with Beniefs, and that's actually fine, as Beniefs doesn't have a shield. So, what we'll do, perhaps, is we'll send this torso gear over to... I think we'll actually send it to Gnulsa, maybe. Or we could send it to Volinara, who doesn't actually have any items at all. You know what? We'll send it to Volinara. It's there more quickly. And the shield here we will equip to Beniefs as soon as it gets there. What's nice about this is that, again, Beniefs does have regrowth, and we may end up using Beniefs in a little bit more kind of aggressive way. And so having a shield will be nice, as that will improve tankability and survivability there for Beniefs. So I'm actually pretty happy that it went to Beniefs. Okay, and we had a mount arrive for Nero, our Necromancer. So now he's got a Bleak Warg, which is going to help him out a little bit. It's not going to make a huge difference for him or anything, but actually he's almost immune to frost damage, which is kind of cool. But besides that, not a game changer or anything like that. Now, ideally, we'd want to take out this spawning structure as well with Nero, but as you can see, we just don't have the firepower right now to do that. So we need to figure out what to do with Nero, because as it currently stands, he's kind of on his own down there, and he doesn't really have the oomph he needs in terms of powerful units. So we're going to have to sort of figure out what the game plan is going to be for him, because he's sort of on his own right now. I mean, well, not even sort of. He is on his own. And unless we're going to get, a tribute or something from this dwelling here to bolster our forces, we need to get him something. Now, let's jump back to the surface real quick. Now, we don't really have any other units that are immediately in the vicinity either, so that's kind of a problem. We have Volinara here, and I believe we were going to send... I actually don't remember where I was intending to send Volinara now that I kind of think about it here. I'm going to have to see if I remember, because I know we had a plan for her. I just don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe... Oh, you know what? I think it was... Yeah, it was going to be to come up here and start clearing out structures to aid my teammate a little bit, and also just kind of selfishly to try and gain some experience for her, and pave the way maybe to bringing in some of these this vassal to my empire. So I think that was kind of our plan there, but we'll maybe hold off on that until we've kind of done a few other things before we fully commit to that plan. We had some units that were just kind of here to guard the city, because we unfortunately have roaming units. Again, these were generated from that pirate's nest over here. So again, those are tough to deal with, which is why we actually produced a harbor in Umboku. So what we're going to start doing in Umboku is we're going to start cranking out warships, I think, because quite frankly, we need some aquatic firepower. So we can make galleons and frigates. I think we might as well make galleons because we can afford it, and there's still only one turn. So I think maybe we'll take a few turns. I was going to continue upgrading the city, but I actually would prefer to just have some firepower on the high seas. So let's make some galleons. So we'll start cranking those out. Now, it's unfortunate we don't have a quarry to improve the hit points of our galleons, but I mean, again, we're gonna do it because we need the firepower. And eventually we could throw a builder in there to be able to heal those to be able to heal the boats. Now, as for the builder, we were originally going to send the builder down here to throw up a fort here and then maybe eventually make a city. But, now that we've got... I kind of rethought this. Now that we've got boats being produced in our thrones, so do we really need another city down here? I mean, again, it would be ideal to have the quarry. The only thing about that is it's like, is that really worth going through all the effort to produce another city down here? I mean, probably, because we're going to have at least 2 gold mines here. Not to mention if we were to clear out this castle of the Lich King. So maybe we come down here and we put a fort there, and then eventually later on we can throw down a settler. I mean, again, that's a gold investment, but, it pays for itself because... I believe, yeah, a fortress is 100 gold, but so is a stone wall anyway. Or a wooden wall, I think. So, we will... Yeah, we're going to put it here just so that we can produce boats if we need them. We're going to do that. Sure, ding, that'll do. And then once that's done, we'll eventually think about throwing a settler down there. And the main reason I did this is because I'm going to start off with a wall, and then that'll make it a little easier to expand the radius and bring these gold mines in. So, all right, let's see what else we've got here. So Terraformer is now done, which is actually really good. We can improve the happiness of our cities if need be. And if we want to throw up a goblin one down here. I mean, thankfully, we've already got a ton of wetlands, but we could convert some more land to wetlands to improve the growth of the city. And we've also got our spiritual freedom ready to rock, so let's decide where we want to throw that. We do already have it on Lilac here. I think we should throw it on our throne city. And that way, yeah, that's excellent. Now our produced galleons here should have the benefit. I think this affects machine units as well, so you know what, we'll just double check here. Let's just redo the production just in case. Not that I think that would have changed anything, but now that we've got the spell on the city. Hamlet has produced a Rogue's Palace, which is actually pretty nice because now we can do bards, scoundrels. So I'm going to actually make a scoundrel, and I'm going to also then make a bard. And what I'm going to try to do with them is maybe send them in to help out our beleaguered Necromancer in there. Now over to Gnulsa and our warg here. Let's go do some scouting if we can. Okay. Ooh, and here we go. We've got ourselves another Heart of the Tropics. And it looks like there's a city or something there we can go make contact with. So, yeah, that might indeed be actually a good spot to go and explore here pretty soon. In the meantime, let's do some battling here while we can. Fight some fell horses here. So, we might as well just kind of get ourselves in position here. Just want to make sure we're not stepping into attack range necessarily. Okay, there they are. So, why don't we bombard this first one with some... Yeah, we can try here and... There we go. Now let's try for this. Nice, and we were successful. That's great. And we can step up and give that other fell horse some major damage and then get the kill right here. Excellent. So that's a great... We got a level up there for our Brew Brother, which is excellent. And we got ourselves a fell horse. And hey, a boar as well, along with some gold. I will actually take the boar. And the main reason I want these extra units is mostly just to have some additional scouts. So we have the underground here, which I believe we took a little peek at, but we didn't really do a ton with. Yeah, so we know that there's a spawning structure down there. And so now the question is what to do with the boar. I think I'm going to actually head down this way. And just do a little bit of sightseeing. We can grab these mana crystals perhaps and then head underground or kind of figure out what to do. Meanwhile, I'll bring this martyr over. And with Gnulsa here, we are going to... Now, here's the big ticket. We really want one of these spiders. That's definitely what we're after. So, let's go for it. And we are actually going to do the battle because we really want one of these spiders. Now, the only kind of unfortunate thing is that Charm is... I think the least powerful of the mind control abilities. It's only a 9. Something like, I think Dominate is like a... I think Dominate is a 13, and, I think Convert is a 10, and so each of them is a little different. I can't remember what Seduce is, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Charm is the weakest, so the lowest chance of being successful. We don't unfortunately have Immolating. I was going to say, it'd be nice if this could immolate my targets, but I don't think it can. That would be nice because that would, again, lower their resistance. So it'd be nice to kill this boar. See if we can maybe do that. Not quite, but close. We could fly Gnulsa over here and then probably get the kill. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's one less thing to deal with. Now, we want our Brew Brother at the back here. We don't want him taking a ton of damage. And our Apprentice can retreat back along with our Dread Monkey. And that's going to do it. So let's see what they do. Okay, thankfully we resisted the Webbing Touch. Okay, so now we're going to go for this Hunter Spider, and the reason is because it's not in defense mode. So, we're going to throw on a Weaken. Then, we are going to park our Dread Monkey beside. And then, we're going to try for it. 60%, that's not bad. Ah, dang it. It's always so frustrating when it doesn't pan out. Alright, let's... Oh, yeah, let's wail on these spider babies here. Excellent, we got the kill. No problem at all there. As for our monkey here... I mean, oh, I guess I didn't really need to use the sprint, but we'll do some work there. Step up and get the kill here, probably. Yep. And then we can attack the warg and get the finish. Yeah, it's a real shame we didn't get that spider, but we did get some experience, which... and a little bit of gold, so not a loss. But we might as well head over here and we can start, you know, putting some work in on this island too. So let's see, can we make it into the water? Yes, we can. Oh, and look at that. We could move Gnulsa right across because, of course, Gnulsa can fly. But we'll keep her with the stack and then we'll embark on the next turn. Or disembark, I should say. Okay. What else are we dealing with here? So, we've had some join offers. We're probably not going to be accepting any of them at the moment. We did meet a dwelling. Oh, okay, so they've contacted us. Let me know when you're ready to talk. Oh, so this is... Nomadic Outlaw. Interesting, okay. You know what? I am actually going to pay them to open the borders here. Oh, look at that. That is pretty neat. Okay, so this is one of the groups that's been added by the Wasteland expansion. So I'm actually kind of excited to maybe make friends with them and see them in action. They'll become our vassal in 3 turns, so that's actually great for us. That's quite exciting. Okay, anyway, back to the task at hand here. We'll go and take a look at Beneaths. We got to figure out what to do next here as well. You know, the Catalyst would be great. We could grab the Catalyst. Got some units to fight here, these Phantasm Warriors. And then it would also be great to try for that Lost Library. So let's actually head over here. There we go. And we will use our flying unit there. The extra casting points would really come in handy for me. Okay, so let's try to do this without taking a ton of damage, if we can avoid it. We now have mosquito darts to go along with our shock bolts, so it's quite nice for us. And I think we will all pile in behind our Slither, who does have regrowth, so can kind of tank the damage. Presumably we're going to take a hit. Yep, there it is. And there's that regrowth, so that's why I did it, because I knew that unit would just get its health back, basically. And now we can just bombard this Phantasm Warrior with some big damage. And... you know what? Let's kind of decide what would be the best way to do this. So I think what I'd actually like to do is use my Warg Rider here to get the kill. Excellent. Fly in behind here. Do a wing beat. Step over. Put some work in here. My Slither as well can move on over. Put a little bit of work in. Excellent. There we go. Those extra casting points are absolutely excellent. Oh, and unfortunately we can't quite make it back, so kind of had to commit to that one, which is fine. And then, yeah, we'll head over here and we'll go for the Lost Library on our next turn. Okay. So now, with the extra casting points, what do we want to do? Well, as much as I hate to do it, I think I'm going to try to give Nero a bit of a fighting chance here. So we're going to throw a couple of... we could actually give him 2 Grimbeak Crows. Again, it pains me to do, but he needs something else to be capable of actually fighting here. So we'll do that, and then we're going to send him over to try and get some additional experience before he fights some of these more powerful units up here. So we can go for the Ancient Ruins. We can try and clear the quarry. Yeah, we'll move up like that. Okay, so now at least he's got a couple of extra units to help him out. All right. Join offers here. Yeah, like I said, we're going to be ignoring them, I think, because we just don't have units down here to defend, so it really doesn't make a ton of sense to bring them in when we don't have anything to defend the cities. This one almost would make sense if we have units kind of heading up there eventually, but yeah, again, doesn't seem like a good idea. Himsaw Sill as well. They gave us a nice tribute, which was this Naga unit. And again, eventually I want to get this unit out of here, but unfortunately the city is threatened still by these pesky units, so we're going to have to wait on that one. As for what to start casting next, what are we working on here in Edinburgh? I don't really remember. We can make priests, which is nice. Ooh, a siege workshop would be great. That would push us over that 100. You know what? Let's maybe do that. Okay. So the reason I was wondering is because Spiritual Freedom might be good to throw on Edinburgh there. That way any units coming out of there are going to have a benefit. In terms of what to research next, okay, we got some choices. Nightwish. This is a strategic spell. The domain of target city owned by the caster is shrouded in darkness and becomes unexplored for other empires. All enemy units suffer a -1 vision range penalty within the enchanted city's domain. This spell doesn't affect vassal cities. That's not particularly useful for me, really. Suppose we could do Produce Assassin. That's going to get us a little closer to the Succubus. We've got plenty of casting points right now, so not too concerned about that. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do the Assassin. It would be nice to have the Succubus going so that we can have those flying units. Meanwhile, in Lilac here, we could continue development of the city, or we could just keep pumping out Brew Brothers, which, honestly, I don't hate that idea. In this stack here, we kind of have a hodgepodge of units. Yeah, let's maybe make one more Brew Brother there. Now we've got some scouting we can do. So, let's grab this for our nearest city, which is Edinburgh. Grab the movement. There we go, and then we'll just keep exploring. Again, we're probably going to run into one of my opponents here fairly soon if I keep going north, so maybe we'll cut inland here. Because I'm not sure I'm ready to be encountering them just at this exact moment. Now, as for Volinara, again, my plan was to actually send her up this way to go and assist up there, so that's what we're going to do. And then this guy down here, we were just kind of moving along this river here, which unfortunately ends up here, so we're going to have to decide where we want to go after that. So we'll probably just head along the road here, I think. And then, yeah, Beneaths, we're going to go there, and that's going to do it, so we'll end the turn there. All right, well, the turn's flipping over. Again, I hate using those Grimbeak Crows in the way that I'm using them here with my Necromancer, but I just need more bulk to his unit because I just need more units in his stack is what I'm trying to say. Because quite frankly, he just needs, again, more units. So these are going to get turned into ghouls, I believe. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, just... And then, yeah, his cadaver is going to be withering away soon here because I think he's going to be healing the Pony Rider with Heal Undead. I think they lose 8, so it's going to have 1 health left, which is not so bad. But what I'm going to do then is head over to this quarry, try and fight these units a little bit. Maybe do the Ancient Ruin, see what I can get out of there. Ideally, I want to get Nero up to level 7 if I can, and then raid a tomb. So, yeah, and there's a tomb right here. So then I can start recruiting some really powerful undead. Ideally, I'd want like a Deathbringer or Bone Collector or something like that. A nice tier 3 undead unit. I mean, a Deathbringer would be ideal because then I'd have Ghoul Curse. So, and if you've watched any of my Necromancer playthroughs, you know how powerful Ghoul Curse can be. So we'll see if I come under any further attack from any of these roaming units. They are quickly becoming quite the annoyance, especially for some of my bigger cities here. So this is why I need boats. I need to start clearing these things out like ASAP. So I think in my throne, I'm just going to produce boats for a few turns, create a stack of them, and then just send them into... Oh, excellent. Okay, so this is a good opportunity to get some extra experience here, which is good. We could even grab ourselves an extra cadaver, perhaps. All right, so our wyvern is in rough shape, so we're going to kind of hide. Meanwhile, our crows, who are not yet ghouls, we're going to want to sort of spread them out a little bit. So our unit that's going to take the brunt of the attack is probably going to be our Pony Rider and our hero himself. And we're going to leave our cadavers kind of at the back just because... Actually, you know what? Maybe I should heal them. Yeah, that's what I should have done on that first turn. Yeah, we'll drop a heal. We can charge our Pony Rider in there. Oh yeah, that's good. We'll leave our Grimbeak Crows out of it. I don't really want them taking a bunch of damage. Okay, that's fine. Projectile resistance doing its thing. So with Nero, we're going to swoop around here. Make ourselves an extra cadaver and a nice level up to level 5. That's fantastic for us there. Okay, so now we want to attack the Bombard, and then we can try and get the kill even with our cadaver. Well, okay, some decent experience for him there. And then... Ooh, and our crow is too far away. Oh, no, this one can do it. Okay, perfect. Level up for one of our crows. All right, so there we go. We got ourselves another cadaver, which is great. We can use him as a scout, or we can lump him in for a battle, kind of whatever we want. And all this costs us is some mana because the upkeep for cadavers is mana-based, not gold-based, which I'm happy to spend. So we did have an item arrive. Oh, nice. Okay, so the Reptilian Skull Trophy is now firmly in Beneath's grip here. So you can see she has it equipped, and she's got 5 extra health, which is great for her. And we did have that level up with Nero, and now we're going to get Bane of the Good and Control Undead. Those are the 2 upgrades I like to get at that level up for my Necromancers. And that's going to do it. Okay, so now the big question. Do we want to try for the Ancient Ruin, or do we want to head over to the Quarry? I'm thinking probably the Quarry is the better choice, just because I'm guessing we might have some trouble here with how strong the units are going to be. So let's perhaps head over there and see if we can take on the Quarry without too much difficulty. This is actually going to be tough, and these Storm Priests are very powerful, so they're going to summon lightning sprites out the wazoo. Yep, there it is. Alright, so we want to hide our Wyvern. And we just want to keep him kind of gradually healing as he goes. Now, our Pony Rider, again, is going to be our Vanguard force, so we're going to... now the question... You know what? Yeah, we're going to heal the Pony Rider. And then we're going to let them come and attack. Cadaver, meanwhile, can sit right there. Grimbeak Crow. Like this. That's going to do it. Do your worst. Ouch. We got a nice counterattack kill there. That was great. And our Pony Rider is now gold medal, which means that the unit now has strong will, which is actually quite nice. Now with Nero, we can blast for some damage, or we could... You know what? We might actually want to use our Cadaver over here to tie up the Night Guard. I think that would actually be quite wise. So it'd be nice to maybe turn around the Exterminator, and we can do a nice big attack here with our Pony Rider. So let's... Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. We'll fly here, and then here. Turn them. Move our Cadaver in to basically just tie up the Night Guard. And then... When I forgot about this one over here. Dang it. Okay. This is actually kind of tricky here. What kind of damage can we do? Yeah, not enough for the kill. That's not good. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack like this. There. And then we're going to fly our crows around behind like this. And then we're going to move Nero over here like this. And try and do some big damage. Excellent. Okay, got the kill. Now our Wyvern can go and camp out like this. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, excellent. Our Cadavers did their job, and they're still alive. Wow. Kind of impressive. Okay, so now we got to deal with this Exterminator. Our Pony Riders are beat to heck, but that's okay. Could create a Cadaver from this Exterminator if we wanted. So now we can use our Grimbeak Crows here kind of to full effect. Could also try and just, yeah, you know what, we could just get the kill right here, which would actually be pretty decent. Let's perhaps do that. There we go. Okay. So now we can use a combination of our Wyvern, our Cavalry, and our Crows to whittle down the Exterminator here. So maybe we start with a Crow attack. Fly over here. Do a flank shot there. And then we can follow that up with yet another one. I just want to do one attack, so I don't want to do a whole bunch. There's one. And then same story over here. And then big damage here with 2 big hits. Excellent. Okay. Now we've just got these 2 units left. And of course the Lightning Sprite is a summonable unit. Okay, that's exactly what I pretty much wanted to happen. So now Nero can revive his Cadaver, or I should say raise corpse for the Cadaver to come back. So we'll jump in here. Perfect. There's that kill. And now we should be able to... Oh, yeah. We can move in and get a nice flank shot here. And then we can do the same with our Wyvern. And with Nero, we can jump over. And we can bring our Cadaver back. That's great. And then we can fly in like this. There we go. Pretty big damage. Pony Rider can move over as well. And our Cadaver's back to full health, which is great. Oh, and another Lightning Sprite, eh? Okay, what we'll do with our Cadaver is we will... How are we doing for experience? Okay, it's already leveled up once, so we might just devour a corpse rather than try to get additional experience. That did get us... It got us a little bit. As for Nero, we can step up and, yeah, we can... We won't get the kill, but we can at least do some damage. You know what? We could probably move our Cavalry out of the way here. That's not really going to change anything. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good damage. Let's do that. Excellent. Very, very nice. All right, so that was cleared out without too much trouble. A little bit of damage to our Pony Rider, but we can recover from that. Ooh, and here we go. We got some... Ooh, look at this. Okay, we got a mythical jewel item. Sahira's Necklace. First strike, phase, fire strength upgrade, inflict fire plague. Attacks from this unit have a chance to inflict a plague of fire on their targets. Inflicted infected units suffer -1 defense and -20% fire weakness for 2 turns. Yeah, that's really good. And the Crazed Chicken is a really good ranged attack, actually. So even though this is a lot of gold I could get here, I'm actually going to accept this because I like this item. First Strike Phase, that's pretty good. Boy, wow, that's super powerful. We'll take that. We'll keep the chicken, and we might as well equip this with Nero. Boy, that's very, very strong. Okay. So yeah, you know what? Now let's go fight these wisps. That's additional experience for us there. We can go and take advantage of. Okay. And we'll use a crow to engage the battle. We do have to be a little bit careful because, of course, these units can phase in behind us and cause problems. Alright, first things first, let's drop a nice big heal on our Pony Rider. Oh, very good. We'll fly our Wyvern back. Move our Pony Rider up. I actually should have moved the cadavers up as well. So now we could try and get in range. I suspect that when they try to jump at me, they're going to go after the hero. That's pretty typical. So now let's try and kind of bait them in here a little bit. I want them to go after the cadaver. That would be ideal. But I have a sneaking suspicion that they may not want to do that. So we will just move in and attack them instead. So they'll probably gang up on my cadaver, which is totally fine by me. Yep. Now just have to make sure that I get the cadaver revived before the battle is over, that's all. Okay, we are going to send Nero up like this. We're not quite in range. Ooh, you know what? I have to be careful here, because if I do this, I could get the kill, but then, of course, my cadaver is going to stay dead, and I'd like to get that cadaver up to gold medal, so even though I'm going to take some damage, I think I'm actually going to hold off. Just hope that my hero doesn't get paralyzed here. Okay, excellent. That's perfect. Now we can do this. There we go. Back with lots of experience there, getting very close to a nice level up. The only unfortunate thing is the Wisp will inflict damage on whichever unit hits it, so try with our... There we go. Yeah, see, that static shield, kind of annoying, but not a huge problem. So, yeah, our cadaver now in really good shape. And a little bit extra mana. And hey, look at that. We're actually over 1,000 gold right now, which is pretty cool. So maybe now... Ooh, another one of these Archon forts. Hopefully I've learned my lesson from last time, because that didn't go very well for me. Regroup here. So, ooh, it'd be nice to get that gold. Now that might be a job for this little guy, actually. Send him up that way. And also this one over here. But we have to decide, where do we want to head next? I'm thinking maybe we go for the spawning structure, and then we could turn around and come back for the ruins. But we'll have to see. In any case, I'm really glad, as much as it was a bit of a waste of casting points, I'm glad I grabbed these 2 Grimbeak Crows, as that gives me a little bit more options there. Just having the extra muscle in the stack, even if it's fairly, you know, innocuous muscle. Now, I kind of want to bring in Ancinia Res, to be perfectly honest, just so that now that I have these Necromancers, it would be nice to start developing this dwelling. My only concern is, of course, I have nothing defending it, but... I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, we're doing it. It might not be the most practical, but again, undead are near and dear to my heart, as I do love the Necromancer class so much. So I'm going to do it. Might not be the greatest strategic decision, and then we're going to throw Spiritual Freedom on as well. And we're doing that for a reason as well, because that's going to make it that if we produce any units out of here, they are going to... Yeah, we'll do the Sigil of Awakening and the Obelisk of Undeath, and that's going to allow us to do a Barrow. But the reason I did that is because now units produced here will be dedicated to good rather than evil. So, might be nice too. I think we might be able to throw an iron grip on as well, which would actually be pretty nice. So I'm going to start working on that. We could throw that on here. It would be great, though, to get something here to protect it, because obviously we've got spawning structures nearby, so that's something we're going to need to address here pretty quick. But, again, I'm just really excited to have this. I'm hoping I can keep it secured and then get something down there. Let's figure out what's the... Do we have any ways down underground around here? I'm not really seeing anything obvious. I think we made it here by coming down... Oh, I guess we have this, so... Where is that? That's... Oh, that's this one. Okay, so maybe we could make a few units in Edinburgh and send them down. Actually, yeah, that's probably a decent idea. Alright, what else can we do? So we have our hero up here. Yeah, here we go. Let's go raid this lost library. Now, we haven't chosen anything for research, so... You know what? Maybe we should pick something... so that it doesn't, because we actually don't want it to give us the thing that we have currently selected. So like scout training, for example, is really cheap. So it would almost be better to like pick this right now. And then that way when we clear this out, we won't get this. Because it would be better to get something that's worth a little bit more, you know what I mean? All right, let's try it. We're going to do this one. I think I'm doing that right. You know, choosing your research beforehand kind of thing. Because it won't give you the one you're currently working on. That's what I remember, so... that came up previously, I believe, in this series, actually. It's already happened once. So, now, I think we're just going to kind of go whole hog in there and get real aggressive. So we'll send our Eagle Rider in. Do some damage. Step our Priest up. Do some damage. And then put our Slither in there to get the kill. Excellent. And then we can charge in with our Warg Rider. Some big work in there. Beneaths can get the kill on one of the two here. Actually, we might not be able to kill the Apprentice here. Yeah, you know what? Let's kill the one that we know is going to die. All right, now what I'm hoping happens is the Priest is going to heal the Apprentice. Oh, no. Thankfully, a fumble. That's not so bad. Okay, our Priest here, unfortunately, can't quite make it over to heal our unit that took damage. But we can heal the Eagle Rider, who took a little bit. And then, with Beneaths, it would be great to get some additional experience, so we'll step up. Ooh, nice, got a critical hit. A nice level up there, that's fantastic. Our Slither could benefit from some experience, so step in and do a nice backstab. Ooh, big damage there, that was fantastic. And then we can get the kill with our Eagle Rider. Perfect. Very nice. Okay, so level up here, a little bit of gold, and let's see what we get. Safeguard, that's not too bad. So basically just gives 100% protection to all types of damage to a unit, but they cannot move and act. So turns them into kind of a stationary unit. Now, we did get 20 extra knowledge, which kind of going to be wasted, but I mean, that's not like that was making a big difference for us either way. Bolster, your units do not suffer from morale penalties until the end of combat. It's not terrible. And I kind of want to just get the Succubus going. And now you do need a planar gate. That's the only thing. But once I have these, then I could start working on a lot of these other ones. So I think we'll do the Succubus, and then we'll worry about the other upgrades. And for Beneaths here, we're going to... Oh, yeah, now we're getting into the good stuff. Men Magical Being, that's going to be really nice if we have any magical units that end up with Beneaths. Magical Origin, yeah. I don't think that applies to my Shadow Stalkers, unfortunately. Not 100% sure about that, though. It might, but I don't think it does because they aren't summoned. They're produced. Now, here's floating. This is what I was talking about earlier. So I can give Beneath's floating, and then eventually if Beneath's is leading a stack of Shadow Stalkers, that'll be amazing because they can just fly over everything. Or float, I guess. Chain Lightning, obviously a really powerful spell. I think what I'll maybe do, since we don't really need the floating right now, is I'm just going to work on the casting points here. That's usually a good upgrade. All right. Oh, and I forgot about Inflict Stun. I can't remember if that arrives at level 7, and if I have to save for it. Ooh, that might not have been a good choice. I truthfully can't remember at what point I get Inflict Stun, but that's a really, really strong upgrade for a sorcerer. So we'll keep an eye out for that one, and hopefully I didn't just blow all my points there. We still have 2 left, so... All right, nice. We're starting to get our ships, so we're going to produce just more galleons because we can. And we'll make a bunch of them, and then we'll start sending them out to go and clear out these structures. Over to Hamlet. Okay, we produced our Scoundrel. We can send the Scoundrel over here. Now, we got to be careful because, again, we can't send the unit in by itself or it's just going to be killed. Actually, I maybe shouldn't have even embarked like that, but now we'll do a Bard since we can. All right. Lilac. Now, Lilac might be nice to actually just start, developing Lilac a little bit further. So maybe we'll do a Siege Workshop there. And nice. Okay, more scouting we can do. So again, I think we want to maybe hold off on going further north. So we'll... Got some mana we could grab here. Let's just check. What's our max? 700. This might be a good opportunity to try and do some trading here with Larissa. All right, let's see if she wants to... First of all, let's see how much gold she has. Okay, so she barely has any. She's only got 36 gold, so we're not going to try and trade her for gold, but maybe she's got some additional items here. She does have 2 Lockets of Lost Love, which gives strong will. Might be nice to have some headgear. I don't think... Actually, a good number of my heroes are missing headgear. Yeah, you know what? That's what we'll do. We'll do the fur hat. We'll add it. And we'll trade her 100 mana for it. Let's just see what they think of that. Yeah, so that's good. We'll send that proposal. We'll exit the diplomacy, and then, yeah, we'll grab the mana. Ooh, and here we go, away into the Shadow Realm. Let's go check that out. Oh, dang it. We walked right into a bunch of units here. And, of course, we have Phase and yeah, I think we're in trouble. So we're probably going to lose that scout, which is a shame. Down here, we've been telling this unit just to chill out to guard the city, so we're going to continue doing that. Meanwhile, over here, okay, so... Again, in a few turns here, 2 more turns, we can maybe make them our vassal. But we'll do a little bit more scouting just to see what we're dealing with over here. Ooh, yeah, lots of structures over here for us to clear. So, yeah, this is good. We'll send Gnulsa over this way. And we can actually go clear this structure out. I'd really like to get either the Spider Baby or maybe the Slither. Spider Baby would be nice because, again, it can evolve, so... Try this out. We didn't have any luck with the previous spider, but maybe with this one we'll get lucky. Of course, we have to watch out because there's some fairly dangerous units actually here. So the Panther's obviously got Pounce and can do some damage. And of course the Slither is a tough customer as it does have regrowth, so... Slither should be vulnerable to fire, I think, though, so that's good for us. Our Big Beetle is obviously extremely powerful at this stage, so I think we'll be okay. Of course, we have to watch out. The Spider Baby's going to try for a web, I'm almost certain of that, so don't want that to happen. Brew Brother here, yeah, we'll just let them come and see what they do here. Okay, there's the Phase going after the Brew Brothers. Thankfully, that didn't do much. And you know what? Now's a great opportunity, so let's try for the Spider here. Throw the Weaken. Step up. Get that disgusted. 60%. Come on. Nice. This time it worked. That's perfect. Okay. Ooh, we can do a little bit of damage, but I was hoping for a little bit more. Even with the critical, still wasn't ideal. Ooh, there we go. We probably get the kill here. Excellent. Now we can move up and engage the tiger in combat. Yeah, there we go. And our monkey can still move. I think we'll just move him over there. Very nice to have that spider baby, though. Oh, ouch. So I think we got backstabbed there. Our big beetle took an absolute walloping there. That was brutal. Let's get a heal going because that was vicious. Okay, we can turn the slither. Not quite enough for the flank shot, unfortunately. And our apprentice here can kill the tiger. Might be better, though, to be safe and get the kill with our dread monkey. Or at least, you know what, let's do some damage there, and then we can get the kill. Perfect. Now our spider... Actually, I should have used the spider to get some experience. That would have been smart, but that's okay. We'll step up here, put some work in, and then get the finish. Excellent. So just like that, we got ourselves a spider baby, which we can try to evolve. So that's fantastic. Okay, so we don't have enough to really go anywhere else, so we'll just hang out. Okay, now with this stack, what do we want to do? Not really enough to do much with. I mean, let's see, what's down here? Yeah, I mean, we don't have enough to go and start clearing out structures, that's for sure. So, yeah, I don't really know. And what else do we have on this island? Yeah, nothing. We were planning to maybe throw down a city over here eventually, which I think would still actually be a really, really good idea. We're going to send our hero up that way. And we've now got ourselves a brew brother who we have to decide what do we want to do with him. I think we'll send him up this way and just hope we don't get attacked by some pirates. Again, sending units by themselves is always a big risk. Yeah, this guy I think we're going to send underground. Actually, we'll grab the mana, then we'll go underground. Right, back up to the top. Now with this stack, we might actually want to just come back and kind of try and figure out maybe some good place for them to go. They could go to the Shadow Realm, perhaps. And this guy, we're going to just keep exploring. Hopefully we don't run into anything. Yeah, good so far. Our boat is going to continue to hang out. And our builder, now that he's done his job, we're going to probably send him over here to set up a fort somewhere that we want to maybe have a city eventually. Either that, or he could go find some place where we don't want to put a city, but we want the benefit. So, can't remember if we've cleared this out. I don't... Oh, no, we haven't even been up there. Maybe we have. Let me check. No, I don't think we've been this far over. Oh, and I almost forgot about this city here. I haven't made contact with them, so that would be maybe a good thing to do. Anyway, we'll send our builder up this way. Okay, so Beneaths now. Decisions. We could jump across, clear out this, and then head over and kind of start clearing out around here, and maybe bring this city in. And actually, that would be great since we've got 2 trading posts here. That would be a huge amount of gold coming in. You know what? I like that. Let's do that. We'll head over here with Beneaths. Again, I'd originally planned to send Beneaths underground, but that plan's kind of since been quashed, so... And we're going to ignore pretty much everything else. Maybe next turn we might consider bringing this in now that we've got a stack moving over, but we're going to end the turn there. Yeah, things are actually going pretty well for me now. The The big danger is going to be if we encounter our opponents, and they're further along than we are, which I'm sure they will be since they're on Emperor difficulty. And I suspect we're going to come under attack. And again, I probably shouldn't have gone this far north. But this unit's going to be killed off by these units, which is going to be a bit of a shame. It's nice having all these scouts out there, as that helps me acquire more resources and vassals and everything else, so... I suspect we're going to have a few more cities we've contacted wanting to be our vassals next turn here. Yeah, now the big question is going to be, you know, what am I up against? I still don't know what my opponents, who or what my opponents are. So it'll be interesting to see what we're going to end up fighting. I suspect we'd have, I'm trying to think what we'd have some difficulty against. I imagine Dreadnoughts could pose a bit of a challenge for us. I mean, Shadowstalkers are pretty nasty in the late game. Despite being tier 3 units, they are very, very powerful. So I think if we can get into the late game and have some pretty powerful units, hopefully we'll be able to, you know, really, you know, do well. That said, we'll have to see. I'm trying to kind of think what would be good for us to be up against versus bad. Okay, oh, and our scout, yeah, and unfortunately... Yeah, there's one with phase, so we're kind of screwed. So that's gonna be a... That little boar got eaten by all these spiders. Kind of gruesome. And our crows are getting attacked as well, so they're not going to survive that because of phase. And the fire elemental does have sprint, although it generally wouldn't use it. We've had a domain invasion at Edinburgh and at Hamlet. Okay, so there's the domain invasion here of Edinburgh. So, thankfully, our 2 units seem to be enough to deter them. Oh, nice. We've had a tribute offer. We did have an alliance proposal. Let's do that first. Excellent. Yes, please. They will now be our vassal. And, yeah, in a number of turns, they might want to join us. So that's great as we have this army here. So I'm actually would be happy to have them join me eventually. Okay, domain invasion at Edinburgh. We already saw that. Let's check out Hamlet. Ooh, yeah, okay. So, you know what? This might be a good chance to worry about Hamlet being better defended. You know what? I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to turn this unit right around and just guard the city. Okay. Ooh, we have a tribute from Issel. Small army or mana? I'll take the small army, please. Now, unfortunately, it's just a single unit, but it's actually a fairly powerful unit. A High Elf Stormbow is a tier 2 unit that's quite powerful, has arcane arrows, which are really good. So that might be one to try to, but I don't really have anybody around, so... Maybe, you know what I could do is use this unit to guard the city, bring it into my empire and start developing it. It's not a bad idea. I mean, this would be a good mana-generating city. Not that I need that, really. I've got tons, but I've got 2... mana nodes here, so knowledge income, ooh, and a forbidden sanctum, not to mention this shrine up here. We've had this proposal has been accepted, so we have another item coming our way. I think that one is going probably again to Beneath's just based on location. Yeah, there it is, so might as well just equip it when it gets there. Okay, we want to head over here, so Beneath's is just going to jump into the water. And I don't think we've had any other alliance proposals, but lots of other joint offers. So Issel we'll have to think about. Okay, we have an iron grip ready to go. Let's check. Can we throw that on our dwelling? Don't actually know. Let's see. Oh, we can. Oh, there we go. Now they're happier, which is good. A little bit of an increase to production. Not that that's necessarily going to make a huge difference for me, but it's not terrible. We can do another Grimbeak Crow, which I think I might actually want to do as a scout for us. Alternatively, I could use another happiness boost from Iron Grip. Ooh, and hang on. Did we just see a haunted boneyard there? Where was my... I saw it in the corner there, right around one of my cities. Where was I looking? Dang it, I lost it now. Maybe I was up here. Might have been... I don't know. I'm not sure. Might have been like this. Okay. I just kind of spooked myself there for a second. I thought, oh gosh, did I miss one? Right. Let's do a little bit of battling here while we can. Oh yeah, you know what? Here's a good opportunity. We could try for one of the knights. This is actually going to be a tough battle for me. These two knights are going to pose a real challenge. And again, we're not... Like, we're strong, but we're not, you know, absurdly powerful at this point. So this one is actually going to be a fairly difficult battle. Let's, you know what? As much as I want this unit to scout, let's at least bring it in for some assistance in this one. And you know what? We might want to use some spells here, so... Okay, there's another Haunted Boneyard as well. Alright, let's engage it. I mean, I think we'll be fine. It's mostly just going to be dealing with the cavalry that's going to be challenging. Alright, first things first, we're going to take our Brew Brother and our Big Beetle. And we're going to just give him a nice big buff there. Look at all that extra health. Wonderful there. We'll start circling our warg around, and we'll bring our Spider Baby over to join us. Let's see if they're going to decide to try and attack. Oh yeah, there they come. Okay, going after the Big Beetle. Not entirely surprising, really. Warg coming under attack. I mean, if the Warg goes down, I'm not really that upset. It's mostly just a scout, so... we could do a Touch of Faith, but I actually think I'm just going to do a heal here. Ooh, and you know what? I actually kind of put Gnulsa in not the greatest spot. That was actually a mistake on my part. I'm in more risk than I needed to be. And Brew Brother, we want to get out of there because what I'm scared of is this knight. Like, look at that. That knight can do a ton of damage to Gnulsa. Obviously, I can park my Big Beetle right there, but, you know, it's going to take a ton of damage. Okay, we'll do this. Really good. And then we'll... You know what? We will do that. We'll set our Big Beetle right there. And... what we're going to do is we're going to kill the crossbowman. Perfect. Red Monkey can step up. And Disgusting Stench the Knight. There we go. And then the Spider Baby, we're just going to keep kind of in reserve here. Meanwhile, the Warg is just going to hang out and, you know, suck up some aggro, basically, up there. Do a little bit of damage there. Hopefully they don't swoop around and attack the Brew Brother. Oh, gosh. Going after my... Yikes. Okay. Going after my Blight Doctor. That's not good. Thankfully, though, we're now going to be able to probably just get the kill on the knight without too much difficulty, really. And then we can take on the priests, and now we'll be able to finish the rest off kind of one by one, and we can try and recruit the knight. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do some big damage to the knight here. Excellent. And we can get the kill, actually, with our Spider Baby, which is excellent. Perfect. Nice level up there. Always good to get those while you can. Hit the priest for some damage. And now our Big Beetle can move in and kill number 1. And then between the rest of us, we should be able to get kill number 2 without too much trouble. Oh, yeah. Perfect. All right. think we're in really good shape now. Yeah, there we go. No worries. And is healing back with Gnulsa. Not quite. One more turn. So we will... Okay, we're going to step up. Attack the foot guard. Nice big damage there. Fantastic. We're going to let the cavalry attack the big beetle, even though it's going to take a devastating charge, because I don't want it in defense mode. Okay, so first things first, let's go for a web, if we can. Okay, that failed. We're going to throw a weaken, and we're going to do our disgusting bench here. Okay. Now let's try for that charm attempt. It's 50%. That's not bad. Oh, dang it. I was really hoping to get this knight. That would have been really, really nice. How are we doing here? So I just want to see who can get some additional experience. Big Beetle's already extremely powerful, so we won't worry about that. So it's probably going to be the Apprentice or the Brew Brother. Let's do the Brew Brother. He's about to level up. Perfect. Very nice. Gosh, I was really hoping to get that knight. But you know what? I'll take the level up on the Spider Baby and some other good experience kind of all around. So, not to mention, holy, look at this. Okay. Marinus Aquatic Staff. Legendary usable item, Water Bolt. Shoots water bolts at target enemy unit, dealing 4 spirit and 4 frost damage. Oceanic Indigenous Grave Armor. Okay, this gives 40% fire weakness, 20% shock protection, swimming, +1 resistance, plus 20% shock, frost protection, inflict drenched. Interesting. And then a item over here. I'm almost tempted to sell this just for because I don't really like this torso armor. Like, it's cool, but I don't like the ones that give you vulnerability to certain elements. I really just don't like that. And I mean, this is a good item, and actually this is quite good as well, but I almost think that the gold would almost be worth more just to have that big boost of gold. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and a nice level up here for Gnulsa. We're now level 9 with Gnulsa. Shadow Step, that's a really good one. Although since we have the extreme mobility from a flying mount, that's less important. I might still grab it, though, just because... Yeah, I'm going to take it because it's really nice to just kind of get in, get out. Especially if we're trying to get in there and mind control something or whatever. It makes a big difference. So, we could do one more battle. I think we'll maybe finish up with Gnulsa's stack here. And then I think we'll call it an episode. I'm already kind of going a bit longer, so... yeah, we'll move the spider over as well. We want the spider involved. Alright, we'll engage with Gnulsa here. Ooh, look at this. Some salamanders. Okay, this is new. Wasteland concealment. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. Let's fight. No mercy. I'm interested in this one. It'd be cool to recruit them. Alright. So, let's do our healing here for our big beetle. Blight Doctor could really use some health as well. So, you know what? Let's maybe do... We can't quite get over there. That's alright. So, we will kind of advance with our big beetle a touch. We can move our apprentice up. Spider, obviously, we want to get involved a little bit. Red Monkey as well. Alright, so let's throw on Nourishing Meal on the Blight Doctor of all things, but good way to heal us a little bit. And then, you know what, we can also throw Touch of Faith here to reduce some of the fire damage on our big beetle. And then we can just kind of advance over. So let's take a look at these salamanders. So they are kind of a, looks like they're a melee unit. They have martial arts, which is pretty cool. They're considered a monster. Interesting. And they have obviously 100% fire protection, but they are weak to frost, and they do fire damage in their attack, and they can inflict scorching heat. Okay. Spider baby's already done its thing. Yeah, that's going to be good for us. Okay, they're still not coming at us. All right, well, we're just going to have to go to them, I guess. So we'll move our units in. Go park ourselves kind of right in there. And I want to be careful with my spider baby. I don't want it getting in there too aggressively at this point. Okay. So now, let's see. We want to kill off the Hellhound, and let's see if maybe we can recruit one of the Salamanders, if possible. So, perhaps we go after the one that's already damaged and not in defense mode here. Do a little bit of damage. And then we can step in. Go for the charm. Oh, 75% chance, and it didn't work. Wow. That's insane. Okay, we'll jump in there with our spider baby. Oh, and we didn't get the kill. Yikes. Okay, I really thought we were going to just get the kill there. Boy, you know, and I think I just put my spider baby in a really horrible position, actually. So that's not good. Yeah, I don't really have any way to save him. All right, well, what we'll do is we'll... Okay, we can firebomb. Okay. And then we can kill the Hellhound here. Or almost get the kill. Okay, good. We got the kill. The only thing I'm scared of now is that it's going to go straight for the spider baby. I'll just hope that doesn't happen, because, again, that would be really unfortunate. Oh, and they did. Oh, but we survived. Okay. Whew, that was scary. We're going to drop a nice big heal there. Yeah, excellent. It's already leveled up once. Let's try for the web. Nice, and we got it. Okay, I don't think there's really much else we can kind of do at this point, so... Oh, yeah, we can get the kill here with our... Okay, we didn't quite get the kill. That's actually kind of a shame. I should have maybe used a different ability there rather than that, but that's all right. And our Brew Brother is... Yeah, we can get the kill there. Perfect. Okay, that was a little dicey there with the spider, but got the experience and we didn't lose anybody, so some extra gold. All right, I think we'll call it an episode right here, and we'll pick up next time kind of right where we left off, hopefully. Let's just zoom out. So yeah, gradually kind of starting to expand outward, and we're making progress in that regard. And of course, we're making progress in the Shadow Realm now as well, so we'll save this one here. Call this episode 8. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.